Hello guys, I have literally just finished recording one of the funniest and most interesting podcasts that we've done recently actually.
Easiest options for us was to start the business. To other people, that's the hardest one.
Absolutely.
But to us, that was the easiest thing.
If you don't react quickly, someone else will.
We've just filmed episode 8, Discovering Cleaning and Hygiene. We've been joined by the absolutely crazy but really, really fun Maka Twins from the Maka Group.
I'm James. And I'm John. Our weekly basis, nobody asks us to clean.
Today we're meeting the Prime Minister.
Guys, can I ask you, what is your dream?
My dream is to clean.
They've been telling us everything about how they set up their business, how they're engaged with local businesses and delivering cleaning and hygiene services.
So we always knew that content was going to be the heartbeat of our company, and that's how we were going to be different. A lot of people use social media as a tool for selling instead of a tool for storytelling. When you think of us cleaning, we want you to think of Maka.
We were also joined by my fearless leader and co-CEO, Reuben Heppelthwaite, who came on to talk about everything that NJC has done over the last 41 years in the cleaning industry, and also to give some sound, sage advice to the Maka Twins as they go through their business learning tree.
So my mum did it back in the day. She named our business Not Just Cleaning. And the whole idea of it was because people that do the cleaning, they're not just cleaners.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, lads, you're in here with a cleaning ninja.
So if you go back to basics, the whole point of things that are environmentally friendly is to save energy, to save waste. And what does that do? It saves cost.
We were about to give up. I remember in January, we make no money, we'll see no progress. And then in February, I was like, should we just pack it and go home?
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, let's just ride out. John and I believe in this. Let's ride it out until something works.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
It's true entrepreneurship, isn't it?
Yeah,
taking risks, this is what it's all about.
Make sure you watch it. It's absolutely fantastic. See you soon. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, Mark Robinson, here for episode 8. And do you know something? This is going to be a banger. So excited today to have with us on episode 8, Discovering Cleaning and Hygiene, the Maka Twins from Makagroup.
Hi, guys.
John and
Hi,
James.
guys.
All right, lads.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, we're
not
good.
too
We're
bad.
good, thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you for joining us. And also, we have Reuben Heppelthwaite from NJC, co-CEO. How you doing, Rubes? You all
Very
right?
good, Mark. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being honorary member of the Maka Group.
Yeah.
Later on. I'm in between the Maka Twins here. Looking forward to it. It's going to be good fun, I'm sure. It is.
I think it is as well, to be fair. But yeah, look, obviously, thank you very much for joining us, guys. We're going to delve into everything across cleaning and hygiene today. As my mother always used to say to me, cleanliness is next to godliness, which is crucial. And clean and hygienic spaces are very, very important across the facilities and property management world. So we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about history. We're going to talk about your business. We're going to talk about how you get started. But first, lads, tell me a few things that you used to get up to when you were younger as twins. There must be one or two stories.
Do you know what it is? I think when we were twins, we couldn't really do much.
Really?
Because we were in the same classes, we were in the same... We got the same grades. It was pretty much similar. It's probably when we got to uni.
Yeah.
That's when I used to go to some of his lectures and he used to go to some of my seminars.
And did you get away with it?
Yeah, they would never
100%.
know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I think the thing that fascinates me the most is like, as a twin, I can unlock his phone with my face and vice versa.
Ah, they didn't think
I
about
thought that
did
was
they?
normal.
Yeah, I thought that was normal because we've been doing it our whole life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another thing is that, so before... when we met our friends, and I told them I was a twin, I used to forget because we didn't go to the same uni. So I was like, oh yeah, like a fun fact, oh yeah, I'm a twin. Like I used to forget. And I was like, no, you're not. And I was like, prove it. So I'll FaceTime John, and then if he doesn't pick up, like, oh yeah, like, like you're just saying it. So,
Really?
yeah, so a lot of people was like, getting to know us that we're twins.
Yeah.
is
But
been pretty
is there
cool.
this sort of weird connection where you know what each other are thinking? And
Yeah.
is there?
Yeah,
Really?
like-
Okay, yeah.
Because
They call
people-
that twin magic, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I know him so well, and I know, like, so if people say who's older, the first thing we're gonna say is guess. So
Yeah.
we know it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's sometimes it's like he knows what I'm thinking, like, without us saying it. But if it's the same questions, we know the same answers that we usually get. But yeah, we do have that twin.
Crazy. So who is the oldest?
Guess.
Oh, I'm going to go James. I'm joking.
Okay, but from 0 to 10,
How many minutes is he
Yeah.
older?
Ooh.
Oh, now that's a challenging
Yeah, I
question.
was going to say, it's not long in between, is it? So
No,
maybe
no.
like 5 minutes, something like that.
What about your guess?
I'm going to go 7 minutes.
Okay, he's older 7.
Yeah, 7 minutes older.
He's older 5.
5, I got it right. Okay.
Not many people get it right.
people get it right.
Not many.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, listen, lads, you're in here with a cleaning ninja.
you can only downhill from now, can't
But the man just oozes foresight, which is fantastic, which is great to see. Well, that's wicked. Like, great to find that out. I mean, I just know that if I had a twin, I'd just be causing all kinds of bother. To be fair, I'm that cheeky little bugger, and I always have been. But just going back to what you said earlier about going to university, what did you go to university to do out of interest? Because I think that's a great place to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so out of university, we were like, so we'd have to take you a little bit back. So, like, back in when we were younger, many people didn't think we could achieve a lot of things in our life.
Yeah.
So, like, in a class out of 20, in terms of grades, we would be like 19,
18 for
18, 19 out of the class in terms
Right.
of grades.
Okay.
So, not many people thought. So then, when we said we wanted to go to uni, people were like, uni, I don't think you guys are smart enough. So, I forgot the question because I know there was a reason why.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
guys.
No, that's all right.
So yeah, they didn't think we were smart enough, and then eventually we did go to uni, and we realized that in uni we wanted to study like business.
Yeah.
So it was like we always wanted to get into business. We always wanted to be around that thing. So I was like, why not do a course around business?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did business management, entrepreneurship. I went Bournemouth. And
I went to Portsmouth. I remember why I said it was so when we realized when people used to ask us, what do you want to do after uni? We said easy, start business, but we didn't know what. So,
Yeah.
but the only reason when we realized that we wanted to do business and we were good at it was when we were 16 in sixth form. So we were then saying, so one of my friends said, why don't you start selling drinks and sweets in school? And I was like, okay, it's not a bad idea. But I said, we don't have the capital. He said, don't worry, I'll front you.
Right.
So he gives us the capital to do it, and we do it and we smash it. And this is the first time we learn competition. This is when we realized we were actually good at this. So one of our friends comes in and says, I'm tired of you guys having the whole market.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in. So he undercuts us with everything. 'cause
Literally by
obviously that's-
half.
By
Really?
half, yeah. So
What, for sweets and treats?
yeah, so then
Right.
by that time he has
Yeah.
basically taken all of our customers because
Yeah.
obviously they want cheaper. So then we then said we had these little cards. So then that's when we introduced loyalty cards, and then with the loyalty cards for every product they bought, they got one. If they got 10, they got received a free product in the bag,
Of
and
their
that
choice.
way, that's how we retain, and that's how we smashed the competition.
So you learned a very important lesson about adding value there, then,
That's
boys,
it.
didn't
We didn't
you?
know it was value at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
but
yeah.
Value at that
You
point.
also learn a lot about the cleaning industry, about being undercut, which happens quite a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's
it
true.
does. It does. But what a great lesson to learn so early on. So, another quick question: why did you go to separate universities then? If was that? Oh, yeah, I need a bit of time on my own. It's doing me head in. Like, what was the reason?
I think, like John will always say, he wanted to see who we are as individuals. Is it that people like us because we're twins? Is it that we are who we are because we're twins? Do we have separate identities? And the answer was, we found that immediately it was yes, that it didn't matter where we went. So even when we went, we would literally FaceTime each other every day. Like, we'll talk every day. So it was like, it didn't really matter because we realized that we were ourselves even when we were together.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And Reuben, you actually went to university, even though at the time, from a family perspective, there was quite a successful cleaning business. You didn't go down that route initially, did you? You did something different.
I was a surveyor, so I trained as a surveyor.
Yeah.
I did my degree part-time, actually. You guys went full-time?
Full-time, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did A-levels,
Right.
and then went straight into a job, which was for a local surveying firm.
Yeah.
So there were just a couple of guys working in this surveying firm. I worked directly for them. So it was just the 2 surveyors, and they took me on as a sort of trainee surveyor.
Right.
So I got really sort of close knowledge, if you like, of working with 2 really good surveyors, actually.
So what was the reason for that in terms of kind of going straight into the world of cleaning then? What was the rationale behind that?
Well, so from that, no, so I worked as a surveyor for, crikey, so from the age of sort of, when I finished A-levels, about 18, I was a surveyor for about 10 years.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So I was a surveyor for 10 years, did my degree, worked as a surveyor for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And then my mum, who had been building up the business from sort of when she started it, which was 1984.
Yeah.
She'd been building up the business that whole time, and then she made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got involved in a couple of bids for a couple of bigger bids, and helped to do the costings and the bid document and stuff like that. And she said, "You're pretty good at this. Do you want to come work for me?" So I said, "Yeah." And so the deal clincher was actually she offered me a Saab convertible as a company car. So I thought,
who doesn't like a Saab? I can't see them anymore. Most people won't remember what they are, but Saabs were cool.
Oh, they were a cracking car at the time. Yeah, it was a bit of kit that was. So so Saab convertible, bit of a higher salary, and then an opportunity obviously to be part of the family business, which Mark was already in at that point. So my brother Mark works in the business.
Yeah.
And yes, he was already sort of heading up the specialist cleaning and window cleaning division for my mum at that point. Right. But it was a lifestyle business then. So I think she took that opportunity and said, "Look, you come on board and it won't be a lifestyle business anymore." So it was quite a big change for her, actually.
Yeah, I expect it.
And then we sort of drove the business on from that point and haven't looked back, really. It's been
and here we are
a bit
now.
of a journey,
Yeah. And you lads moving into business, Makagroup, cleaning things that people don't want to be cleaned, bins, aeroplanes, tractors. I've seen you cleaning fruit stalls to get free food. I mean, and that's all led to, eventually meeting the Prime Minister and so on and so forth. So talk to us a little bit about how did the cleaning element come through for you guys, and, where did the idea about cleaning things that don't usually get cleaned come from, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, okay. So we would have to take you back. So placement year, so it's my 3rd year, because it was a 4-year course for me and it was 4 years for him. So my 3rd year, I was going to bed one day and then it was like, cleaning company. I was like, cleaning company? I don't think cleaning. Am I sure I heard it?
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't think I did. But then I told James, and James was like, I like that idea.
Super excited.
I
couldn't go to sleep. Like, I literally dreamt about the company.
Yeah.
Did you?
Whole sleep.
Yeah.
Right. Super excited.
Yeah. And then once that had happened, we then said, okay, we're not going to start it until we graduated from uni, because we just wanted to finish uni and get that out of the way.
Mm. It's always good to have something to fall back on as well, I suppose, as well,
100%.
isn't it? And I think people should understand that.
Yeah.
If you are going through a degree or whatever, and you have this great idea, having a fallback position is never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Never a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all. So once that had happened, we had already graduated, and then
in
June. So then of that year, so this is 2024 at this point. So we then said, 2023, he is correct. 2023, we then said, you know what? Let's take a risk on ourselves for 1 year. That's what we said to ourselves. Said if it fails, oh well, we have to go back home. We have to go get a grad job. So we had 3 options: get a grad job, start the business, or do a master's. The easiest options for us was to start the business. To other people, that's the hardest one.
Absolutely,
but to us, that was the easiest thing, and we were like, that's what we wanted to do. So then we started the cleaning company. The cleaning company was originally for students.
Right.
So then we started, and then this is how content plays. So we always knew that content was going to be the heartbeat of our company, and that's how we were going to be different. We said we can't beat cleaning companies on like budgets, on like bigger, like the whole thing. But we said, what can we leverage? Our creativity.
Yes.
So that's what we then said, okay. So we started creating student-friendly content around cleaning. Right. But then quickly realised students don't care about their environment.
No.
They don't. We tried. We tried.
Like it even got to a point. It was like back in the day. We laugh at it now. I don't even know what was going through our head. Is that we used to sell our service for £5 and still people wouldn't buy it.
Really?
Yeah.
So this was cleaning student accommodation.
Yeah, this was cleaning.
Now that's a tough job as well, because we've done that. You go into some of those blocks in summer.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're not going to come out alive.
No, it's not the greatest. So we started the company in October of 2023. 2nd of October 2023.
Yeah.
And so when we gave ourselves like 1 year. So how we got into cleaning places nobody asked us to clean is that there was, every time we were going to our job back in Portsmouth, we always used to see like dirty places. And in front of this house, we used to walk by it pretty often, maybe like 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And we'll just walk down there. I was like, well, there's a lot of dirt. So it just clicked in our mind. It was like, dirty places, social media, cleaning company. Oh, put it all together.
Yeah.
And
that
it was like,
it.
So it started off as something that we was like, so when we did it, we did like 3 videos.
Yeah.
And when we put online, we went from like less than 1,000 followers on TikTok to about 8K. And that's when I was like, wow, this is incredible. Like a lot of people was like, oh my days, I love what you do for the community. I said, community? I never even saw it like that. I just thought, well, it makes sense, you know, like cleaning company, us, social media. And quickly to touch up on that. So we were about to give up on the 1st of February 2024.
So you were coming to the end of the first year then?
Yeah, we're coming to, we started in October, so about a couple months in.
Yeah.
So we was like, we're about to give up. I remember in January, we make no money, like, we'll see no progress. And then in February, I was like, should we just pack it and go home?
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, let's just ride out. John and I believe in this. Let's ride it out until something works.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
It's true entrepreneurship, isn't it? Taking risks. This is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
So did it help having each other to kind of bounce off during those difficult moments when you didn't earn any money and when perhaps an idea you had didn't work?
Yeah, it definitely helped when I have James. I think he's the only one that a crazy idea will never be a crazy idea, or a crazy vision will never be a vision. And it won't be like the first thing will be like a negative. And even if it is, it's like, okay, even if it is negative, it's like, okay, how do we make it reality? Like the perfect example was so what changed everything is when we cleaned the underground train.
Yes.
That's what changed everything. So I was going back from one of our jobs. We've moved back to London. And then I was just looking at James and said, why don't we just clean it?
Yeah.
And I tell James like, oh, I like the idea, but I don't want to get sued. And I was like, good point.
That's fair play.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. So then we thought of like ways of like, okay, how can we not get sued? How do we make sure that we're not putting people's health and safety in jeopardy and all of those kind of things?
Yeah,
exactly.
Course, yeah.
So once we then figured it out, we just said, you know what, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And we did it.
And after that, we had like an influx of the cleaning company. I think the first real taste was how quickly in business you have to move.
Yeah.
So we had, if I'm correct, no more than 1,000 inquiries. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, there is no way, because like, I remember when they kept coming in like every hour, every minute.
So what type of inquiries were they?
So they were all like cleaning inquiries,
So, like,
jobs.
residential.
Residential.
Yeah, so one-offs.
Yeah.
So ad
No,
hoc.
some of them are one-off, some of them were regular, some of them
contracts,
was bi-weekly. Like it was a whole lot. John and I was just like, whoa.
That's a lot to handle.
That's
Just for the two of us. At this point, we had nobody.
we had
it was
nobody
just us.
else. So it was just us. So we felt overwhelmed, and I was like, so we took about 2 days off to like mentally process, and then we started like calling them up, emailing them, and we realized because we moved slow, that all of them just started to go. Yeah. So that was like our first real taste of being quick.
You've got to be reactive. Absolutely.
The ability to react quickly is so important in our job, because it's quite a convoluted industry as well, isn't it? So you can have the greatest marketing strategy in the world, however, if you don't react quickly, you can lose that opportunity because they'll always contact a few.
That's right. There's a lot of competition, and if you don't react quickly, someone else will. But I think you've got into the right industry, because people are always going to make stuff dirty, so there's always going to be work to do. That's true, kind of where my mum started it. She sort of said, there's always going to be work there. If you do a good job and you get a great reputation, people are always going to want you to clean their offices, clean their commercial environments, and people are always going to make it dirty for you to keep doing it day in day out. So that's it's a good industry to get into.
So how did the meeting with the Prime Minister transpire? And obviously, I know that you were interviewed by the BBC and so on and so forth. So how did all of that come to fruition?
It came through, I would say, about a year and like 6 months of consistent hard work.
Yeah.
Last year, we no, in the year 2020, I want to build it up because we didn't just get to that point.
Yeah.
So back in 20,
well, you know your history better than I do, James. You know.
So back in 2024, after cleaning the train, we started to challenge each other, because one thing we noticed, and I didn't like about the industry, is that a lot of people started looking down on it, and people was like, ugh, disgust. I was like, I don't like that. I was like, that's someone's, and someone was like, why would I be a cleaner? And I always say to people, cleaning fits someone's lifestyle, you know, like that is like, it fits it, like just like your 9 to 5, it fits it for them. So it was like, how can we bring that positive awareness? How can we make it fun? How can we make it entertaining? How can we make it engaging, like people want to take part in? So we challenged ourselves, was like, what's one of the craziest places we want to go and clean? It was like London Zoo.
Yeah.
So we was like, hey, we want to clean a zoo, and we were just emailing all these zoos, and that didn't even work. What worked was, we told our audience, was like, hey, we want to clean a zoo, tag London Zoo, and London Zoo got tagged so much. There was like, we've never been this tagged in a very long time. It was like, hey, we've got this opportunity. Would you like to come and clean a penguin enclosure? I'm thinking, what? This is cool. And I was like, you know what? I mean, like, I'm not going to say no to the opportunity.
No.
So we went to go and do it. And in between that, I think John and I faced a challenge, which was, we always thought we had to keep it to the level of the London zoos, like the big theatrics. But then we realized it's like, no, we can actually make it small. We can show that people, all you need is a cloth, a sponge, your gloves, and make it just simple, and you can go out there and make a difference. So we did that, went on BBC News, because we're doing so many different places. I never thought it would get so much traction. Yeah. I just thought, you know what, it's a pretty cool idea. We like it. Yeah. And then how we got to clean the British Airways was, we were on the news, and it asked us what's our cleaning bucket list. I said it's a Formula One, or it's or airplane. And then there was like, hey, would you like to clean a British Airways plane? I was like, wow, that is cool. Like that, till today, one of the coolest things that we've ever done. So we did it, enjoyed it, and they were so shocked, because it was like, I've never seen two guys being so excited to clean.
Yeah.
We were grinning from teeth to teeth the whole day.
Like, it was a couple of days before Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was
I bet it was cold as well, though, to be fair.
No, I didn't even feel
the cold. That's how much fun I was having.
We were having too much fun. And then, so we kept doing it in 2025. And then, I don't even know what day, just one day, 10 Downing Street reached out on an email. I was like, oh, okay. We were like, I don't know if this is true. So we did a bit of research, to see if this person actually exists. We find out that she does.
Yeah.
And then they said that they wanted us to talk to the Prime Minister, to talk about all of the things that we've been doing and how we're helping people to take pride in their community. And that was it. Yeah. So from there, we went to 10 Downing Street, then spoke to him, and then a couple of weeks ago, went back there again.
Right. One of our proudest moments, I think, for us was two things: was changing that negative stigma.
Yeah.
And people now come up to us on the street and say, where are we cleaning?
Yeah.
We never had that at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
So it was like, they loved us enough they loved what we did, but not enough to help us clean. So we've got people to clean bins, floors, no matter what. They'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm up for it.
Yeah.
So that was something I was so proud of us and the team, that we were able to achieve that.
You made cleaning cool.
That's it. Yeah.
Fair play to you. Like that.
Absolutely. That takes a bit of doing.
You know?
I mean, that's how my mum did it back in the day. She named our business Not Just Cleaning.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of it was because, you know, people that do the cleaning, they're not just cleaners.
Yeah, exactly.
They should be respected for what they do. It's a noble job. You know, it's tough sometimes, but you know, it deserves respect. And you know, back then, back in '84, you know. cleaners were looked down upon. You know, you've got to
very
say
much
it.
so, yeah.
And it's not the case today. So you know, definitely what my mum did and what you guys are doing as well. It raises the profile of cleaning and the cleaning operatives, doesn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
And
it does, yeah. But I mean, the reality is, you know, it's a great industry with great careers, and it's one of, I talk about this a lot on the podcast. It's actually one of the industries where, you know, you can start as a cleaning operative on a site or a building or a whatever, you know, and you can really start to move through the ranks of a cleaning organisation. Yeah. There's a lot of people that operate in our industry that are MDs of businesses that turn over in excess of £1 million, that started as cleaning operatives. Like lots of them, they're everywhere. Yeah. So it's one of those really scalable industries whereby if you've got individuals such as yourself that have really got enthusiasm, get up and go, and so on and so forth, then you can really do well. And I would imagine as well that, like you guys, and I know that Reuben is hugely passionate about this, but I imagine you guys will be as well. As your business grows, you know, you'll want people to grow within your business. Yes. You know, people that have been on the street, that have been cleaning the bins and cleaning the aeroplanes and whatever else you guys get your hands on next. Yeah. But that they go on that journey with you and that they develop through your business as your business grows. You know, and where our business is now, obviously I represent NJC. I don't think that's everyone knows that. It's on LinkedIn.
It's not a secret.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret. Everyone knows. But, you know, one of the things that we're very proud of is that a lot of people that sit within middle management within our business have been within our business for a significant period, you know, and it's great to have that, watch that journey, you know, because you don't see it a lot in many industries. And FM, PM, and everything that feeds into it around cleaning, security, and all of that stuff, you know, it all kind of has the same feel, you know. Yeah. So what a great thing, you know, that people. Let's say there's a 15-year-old somewhere in their bedroom watching my podcast, which hopefully there is, because that's the end of it. Yeah. I'm a bit doubtful. But if they do, you know, the fact that they can see people like yourselves that left university, started a business, and have started to excel within it, you know, and I just think, what a great thing for the industry.
I think it's great you're doing it from the ground up as well. You're actually on the ground doing the cleaning. Yeah. You know, learning right, you know, from the grassroots, if you like. And you can tell those organisations where the CEO or the ops director, they've never, you know, vacuumed a carpet. They've never picked up a mop. They've never actually got on their hands and knees and picked staples out of carpets. I've done all of that. So you know, I was actually my mum's bin boy when she first started the business. So before I
bin boy.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so when she first started the business, I used to go around the floors and empty all the bins. Yeah. This is back when they used to have bins under desks. They don't actually have it anymore. But it's centralised now, isn't it? Most of it.
9 times out of 10 because of waste segregation.
That's right.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. But back then, every desk used to have a waste paper bin, and I used to go around with a bin bag, empty the bins, do the vacuuming as well from my mum. So a bit of extra pocket money for me when I was doing my A levels and stuff like that. Yeah. And I used to do all the window cleaning at the weekend as well and stuff like that. So I think, you know, you're doing the right thing, starting from the ground up, and so you know what you're expecting of your staff when you employ your staff. You know how hard they've got to work. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly why because when we first started it, we had 2 options: not to touch the cleaning itself and just run it, and then but we then said, well, we're not going to learn what a good clean looks like. So we then said, well, we have to get it, and then it's not until like last year, and then that's when we got team and the people involved, and we always we look for the sparkle in your eye, because it's not about the cleaning can be taught, because that's our job. Our job is to teach you that, but the attitude, and we always say, like, you don't understand how much smiling or coming with a positive attitude makes the biggest difference when you go to a building. Because if you come and you're sluggish, then that's how they're going to treat you. Right. And then they'll be like, yeah, that matches the stereotype of a cleaner. So then if you come with a different positive, be like, there's something different about that guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to speak to that guy. Why is he always happy when he's cleaning? It doesn't make sense. So that's what we always, and that's what we're constantly saying to our team when they go into the offices, because that's what we specialize in now. Yeah.
Like smiling is.
I was going to say cleaning is just one part of it.
Yeah.
Most of it is people, how you deal with people and how you come across exactly, and how you deal with people and if they remember you. And like I say, you get that respect from the people within those buildings because of the way you act, as well as the way they treat you. You know, so
well, a smile is the most infectious thing there is, to be quite frank. Which is really cool. So, sort of sticking with that, what about sort of family members and things like that? What do they think about you guys running around cleaning everything?
In terms of like running running a cleaning company, they never thought that we would.
Yeah.
So I think for them, it's like seeing the whole thing, the things that we get to, hearing the stories, the clients that we meet, the clients that we our company cleans for. Is like for them, it's just so they're just so proud, especially like my brother. So his name's Peter. So Peter is just younger than John. So it goes James, John, Peter, Paul. So Peter saw it from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So because we lived with him in Portsmouth. So he saw it from the ground up. So he saw it from when it was just an idea to what it was. I mean, what it is now. Yeah. But at that point where it was in Portsmouth. So it was like, that's incredible. And we always say to us like, people are paying us for an idea that we had 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Yeah. So it's like, that's how we see it. So it's like, it's just incredible how just being motivated. Because I remember when we first started and we said that we want to change the industry. A lot of people look at us, laugh, and you're too young now, you don't know nothing about it. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to listen to them. I'm going to do it. And then the fact that we're doing that and they're not just doing that like online, but also getting people involved. That's what we tell our team. And I can see that transcend. That's honestly been like so rewarding, you know?
But I think we're trying to do the same thing in a different way, but a similar thing, you know, like with podcasts and communicating with people in different ways. But I think you guys do it so dynamically and so interestingly. You know, it's fantastic to see. But I think that what'll happen is you guys will really resonate with the youth. You'll really resonate with people that are moving into maybe people who didn't go to university and get a degree, but maybe people that perhaps struggled in school, you know, didn't get the best exam results, but they've got a little bit about them and they're prepared to work hard. You know, so what's the plan? What's the plan next? What's going to happen next for the Maka Group? Any more great ideas? Anything really weird you're going to clean?
So there's whenever people ask us, there's two answers to the question. I'll answer one of them. So commercially, so about the start of last year, we were like, okay, so we were doing many different commercial cleans, restaurants, pubs, all of that.
Yeah.
And then we were like, which one do we like doing? Which one is the team best at? So we then said, you know what? The team is good at offices. We don't really get complaints. We know what we're doing. We're very good at it. So we then said, okay, let's switch it then. Yeah. So now we're a cleaning company that just specializes in cleaning offices. That's all we do.
It's regular as well.
Yes, regular. Yeah, so it's on a contractual basis. Yeah, that's right. So that's what pretty much what it is. So to answer the question of that is to, when you think of office cleaning, we want you to think of Makagroup. That's the goal. And then we want to continue to change the perception on the way people look at cleaners and the whole cleaning industry, even to the point of what they wear. So we are asking ourselves, a woman, and it proved our point last week because there was someone that we met. She said, when I used to wear my cleaning uniform, she was like, oh, a certain teacher or certain person wouldn't respect me, wouldn't talk to me. And I was like, but why? Yeah. She's like, the moment I took it off, she'd be like, oh my gosh, hi, all of those. So we then said, okay, to the point is like, okay, is there something that they could wear that they could feel proud that people don't look it down on them? So that's to the point of like, we're asking ourselves in every way, how can we change that perception?
Yeah. In terms of socials, we realized that towards the end of last year, is like cleaning operatives are not the only people that we want to highlight. And we realized that there's a lot of unsung heroes. We have, we're starting a series where it's called the Unsung Heroes. This is where we mix fun and giving back together. Yeah. So this is where, for example, anyone can be an unsung hero. Someone who's in their shed who builds, like, I don't know, I'm giving an example at the top of my head, kites for people, and they just do it from the kindness of their heart. They are unsung heroes, so anyone can be it. So, for example, that person who makes these kites for people, they don't really, like, get their praises sang. So it was like, okay, let's say we meet that person, it was like, hey, like, tell us why you got into what you're doing, why are you doing it? And there was like, what's something cool that you want to do? Yeah. So, I want to go on holiday. I want to have this experience. It's like, crazy idea. What if we did it with you. Like, we'll go, let's say, for example, they say, oh, I want to go skydiving. I was like, perfect. I was like, pick the day, we all go skydiving.
Yeah.
And then we'll go skydiving and realize, like, their story. So getting to know about them, and then realize, like, what's one of the struggles. So one of the struggles might be, for example, it could be funding or people not appreciating what we do. Like, how can we highlight that? And how can we bring awareness? And that's, like, the new level up of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's the most natural progression, because we all, like, off camera, and I think like sometimes people ask us, like, do you do it for the camera? I said no. Like, there are if I wanted, or people say, like, there's so many other things that I can do. So I was like, no, of course, this is who we are. So, like, offline, we help people all of the time. We just don't post it. It's weird. We're the most online, but most offline people you will ever meet. Like, and I didn't realize this until we went to an event, and one of our clients said, "Oh, you're not going to take pictures?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we need to take pictures." You're right. So so that's what it is.
Yeah, I call it. I'm very much the same. I'm online for business, offline for personal. So, like, I don't put anything on personal anymore. I literally have Facebook for one reason and one reason only, lads, and that's so I can watch Bigfoot videos, because I've got this thing about Sasquatch.
Really?
Yeah. I'm proper into cryptids and things like that. I don't know what it is. It just fascinates me, you know, especially like some random bloke that says he saw one in the woods somewhere, or UFOs or something like that. But I've got no interest in any other kind of social media interaction. And but I remember for years I did. You know, like, I really kind of lived by it, but then I transitioned back. So let's talk a bit about social media and how you think that has impacted the industry. Like, how do you think technology, social media and things like that will change over the coming years to facilitate more respect for operatives and so on and so forth? And this is out to you as well, Rubes.
Do you want to start first?
Yeah, I think LinkedIn's obviously a big part of business these days, isn't it? And you have to get involved in it. And if you do it in a sort of honest way, with integrity, I think it can be a really, really good tool, actually.
Yeah.
I think there are a few people that you see sort of using it in the wrong way, and I'd guard you against that, really, to make sure it's always positive. Because some people can sort of use it in a sort of negative way, which is not the purpose of any sort of social media really at all, is it? No. I think what I will say about social media is it's hard work. You know, there's a lot of effort goes into it, isn't it? You know, you know, back when I was your age, there wasn't any social media at all. You know, I think it's changed the world, hasn't it, really? Well, but it's a lot of effort.
Your generation is the first generation, that has actually lived with social media for 99.9% of your lives.
That is
our generation.
crazy.
Like, I never had a smartphone, gents, until I was 28. Yeah, and I didn't have a phone until I was 19, a mobile phone.
You won't remember all the Blackberries and all those sort of things that went before then.
Yeah, Blackberries.
Doing your texts and your emails.
It used to have this little red light, at night that'd flash when you got an email. It used to drive me mental. It was horrible.
I used to love the Blackberry. It was great.
I hated it. No,
it was just crazy because you could do an email on the run. It was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
No, it was good. What I hated about it was, like, it'd be 10 o'clock at night and you sat watching someone on the telly and there's someone sending hero emails. Do you know what I mean? And it just go bing, and you couldn't help but pick it up. It used to drive me crazy. But it is true. It's changed. I think it'll change more as well.
Yeah, to be fair. Like you said, especially about LinkedIn, because when we were making the transition from socials to LinkedIn, I think a lot of people my age have a negative perception to LinkedIn. I was like, oh, you have to be so corporate-y, you have to be this, you have to sell. I'm thinking, and then that's why John and I, for a long time, we were actually against it. Yeah. And then I was like, nah, this LinkedIn, I don't think it's for us. But then the more I realized is like, I want to show people, it's like, hey, you could still do well on LinkedIn and you don't have to sell, but if you can get people to trust you, because that's the whole point about life in general. Trust is what clients buy into.
Trust and relationships.
So once you have the trust, you build that relationship. And that's what I realized, that even for us, is like when we do our LinkedIn, I'm telling you about my life, what I experienced, whether that is that with the team, with our clients, on it on social media. Yeah. And then in terms of like social media itself is, I think in general, people, I actually wrote a post about this yesterday was a lot of people use social media as a tool for selling instead of a tool for storytelling.
Yeah, I read it.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. Yeah.
So I was like a lot of people say, "Oh, buy my product, use my product." But I was like, no one, I don't really care about it. But if you can build that emotion, if you can build that storytelling, I was like, I'm not buying into the company. I'm buying into you because you are part of the company. And
Exactly. I don't know if you see my LinkedIn, it's not really very. It's got dogs, likely lights, beers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just like to have fun with it. To be fair, I like to show people what we're doing because we do some interesting things. But what I don't want to say is buy this, buy that, do this, do that. I'd rather show them as in I'm here doing X, I'm here doing Y.
Yeah.
I take my little dog out with me from time to time and get a few posts on that. And things like that. But I think the key with LinkedIn, and you are right, Reuben, like at part that there is a good and bad element with it. It has become a bit. It's become slightly politicised in areas, which I don't think it was ever meant for. Like I don't think anybody cares about that within a professional setting. And there's a few people moaning as well, isn't there? Like. Come on, this isn't Facebook or whatever it is these days. The kids are on Instagram. What do you guys use generally? What's your go-to social at 24 years age?
TikTok, probably, isn't it?
Mine is TikTok.
Yeah.
Mine is Insta, but YouTube Shorts gets me sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Some people find
on rotation.
YouTube,
get me out of it.
YouTube Shorts just gets me sometimes. But it's between Instagram and YouTube Shorts.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're sharing knowledge and what you're trying to do is offer some good by social media. So someone's going to read that and learn from it, or it's going to make them think in a different way, and you do that, and you're also showcasing your business or you're showcasing your own talents, things like that. That's good. That's positive.
I agree.
But if you're doing it purely to sell, people sniff that out and they won't read your post anyway. So it's got to be used in the right way. There's definitely, I mean, you can't escape it these days.
No, well, it's part of the zeitgeist, as they say, isn't it? It is just part of everything that we do. You're completely correct. Yeah. Okay, so let's delve into some other things because I'd really like to. You guys are very young, all right, compared to me, all right, and also
we worked out earlier. Add your two ages together. Yeah, I'm older than both of you put together. So. Cheers for that, boys. You're not making me feel old at all, to be honest.
But what's being kind of younger in the industry? What's your guys' views across things like sustainability and environmental presence in industries such as cleaning, and where do you think that's going to go? Like, what do you think about that being from that younger space? Really,
I think it's very important. I didn't realize how important it was until someone brought it to our attention that is what you're doing. Yeah. So it was like maybe until I think it was last year, maybe like mid last year, someone says, "Wow, like you're really like doing sustainable things." I was like, "Oh yeah." Like I never thought about it that way, but I feel like it's because of the intention of why we're doing it. Yeah. And I feel like people like anyone that's coming into the industry or those that are in the industry, I feel like a lot of people get it wrong. Is that they feel like they have to do the big theatrics. I said it's the smallest things that make the massive difference. Like if you just, and then you're consistent at it. So if you say, hey, what I want to do is like, for example, is like, I want to start picking up litter, right? And I'm going to pick up litter, even if it's 5. I'm going to pick up 5 pieces of litter every week or every week or every day, whatever you decide it to be. And you start picking it up. And then you realize that it's a small thing. Then the small things turn into something bigger and bigger and bigger. And then before you know it, you have this whole thing. Because we've spoken to clients and they was like, they want to do something sustainable. It was like, how do you do it? I was like, we started off so small. Yeah. We started with what we could do with our resources, with our budget. And then it's just growing from there.
Yeah. And I think for the young people, I think in the cleaning industry, I think what it lacks sometimes is creativity because it's been done the same way for many years. So I think it's so whenever like young people come, and I think that's where the opportunity, like they can push the boundaries, push the limits, they can test what works. And so like when we first started, people told us doing like us cleaning random places, it's not going to work. It doesn't make sense. Why would you do it? And all of those kind of things. And then to prove them wrong and then to be able to enter certain rooms because of what we do then just proves that we are doing it right. So yeah.
But do you know something? Like, I think some of the old stuff still works, boys. Right? Because we use some technology, right? And I say this to clients all the time. I'm like, we utilize a sustainable piece of tech, which was an invention from about 50 years ago. All right, and do you remember? You boys won't remember this, but back in the day,
right? Sure, I remember it.
It stopped around 1985 or 1986 or something like that. So I remember. But back in the day, you used to go get your bottle of pop from the shop. It'd be a glass container. Once it was finished, you take it back to the shop. They'd give you 5p to recycle it. All right. And what the world did is it transitioned away from old technology that worked into technology such as plastic reusable, disposable plastic products that has created the situation that we're in at the minute. So we utilize a piece of technology called Order Back Loot Box, which means that when you get delivered your product to your site, it only ever gets delivered in plastic once. So no virgin plastic is created in the delivery of your cleaning services. Do you know what I mean? So but I think sometimes...
So the containers go back, they get recycled and refilled.
And then sent back out.
Using the same...
It's basically a loot box. So it's like that circular economy thing. And sometimes the older ideas weren't that bad. So let's out back at them. Sometimes that stuff isn't that bad. But it was like one of the initiatives that Connie drilled into NJC when she started the business, and to every operative that ever worked for her. And this comes back to what you said earlier. Don't waste the walk. Do not waste the walk. If you're walking past a piece of litter, if you're walking past a piece of floor, if you're walking past, pick it up, take it with you, and then dispose of it appropriately. So it's really interesting how your idea and what you're doing are ideas that were done several decades ago, but have been recreated in different ways. Yeah. Because I think like life's about cycles. You know what I mean? Like I really do. I think it's about cycles, and it's really cool to see.
Fashion, isn't it? Comes back around again. We'll be wearing flares again soon. And we'll be wearing drain pipes.
I like flares, to be fair.
Sometimes I like flares.
Sometimes.
I like flares. If they come back, I'm happy about that. I'll have a pair of bell bottoms all day long, to be fair.
You're good in them, mate. I was going to say on the sort of CSR and the environmentally friendly stuff, a lot of it is a virtue signalling, and like you said, a lot of people want to do big things. Go, oh, we're doing this massive thing. Yeah. But if you go back to basics, the whole point of things that are environmentally friendly is to save energy, to save waste. And what does that do? It saves cost. So from a cleaning company's perspective, if you've got good energy efficient initiatives and you've got good environmentally friendly processes, it should actually enable you to provide a cheaper price to your customer or be more competitive. So that's the whole point, is you're saving energy, you're saving waste, you're saving paper, you're saving water, which all costs money. So you should be able to go in at a lower price point because you are an environmentally friendly company. I think a lot of people forget that. Yeah. The drive towards it is actually to save money as well as save the environment.
And to protect people as well. Because if people are working in environments with, I guess, environmentally friendly products and materials, then things that are non-ferrous, it's not going to get on their hands. They're less likely to spill something on them that will cause them any damage or anything like inhaling. I mean, sometimes in cleaning, as you boys know, we utilise some pretty harsh products from time to time. And the relevant protocols have to be put in place.
Like, I think when we first started, like, John and I are very, analytical people. So we looked at it, I was like, I remember I can't even remember the cleaning products we were using first. Can't remember. But I know it wasn't these harsh chemicals. No. But I know it was like, okay, if the team is going to be using it every day, and it's like they're gonna, if it could potentially go on their skin, if they're gonna smell it, if it's gonna go on their clothes, how can we do it where we can reduce it to the minimum we can, and we've been able to find that. So it's like some of the stuff that we do is like we've been able to find suppliers who are able to have that use eco-friendly products, and we've tried. So before we give it out to the team, we try it out ourselves. So I was like, I'll go at home. It smells like nothing. Smells nice. That's how we.
I thought you were going to say you drink it. Or
no. Drinking is crazy.
I do tell my clients they can drink our product. And to be fair, they can. It won't taste nice.
It wouldn't taste very good, but it wouldn't kill you either.
But you can drink it.
My mum used to use a product back in the day. And it was for cleaning equipment, high-tech equipment, stuff like that. It's called Amber Cleanse. So it's like a foam cleaner.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, and it's brilliant for getting stains out of carpets, and it can clean anything, and it's really, really good. But it's super expensive and not very environmentally friendly. So trying to explain to my mum that she had to sort of get rid of this product that she swore by, was sort of, she used to call it a can of magic. So get rid of anything, I said, but Mum, this is so expensive, and it's not particularly good for the environment. So that was a tough conversation, but we managed to talk her around.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So what do you all think about the advent of AI and robotics? And I mean, you guys are probably more familiar with that than I am, probably, I would have thought. Have you had any thoughts about that and how that will impact business, or do you think that that's a real advantage for you guys to potentially move forward?
I think it's a real advantage, but I also feel like it goes both ways. Like, robots can never fully replace cleaning.
Yeah.
Like, they can do the floors, but they can't do the tables.
No.
So it's like eventually in the future it would have to go hand in hand, unless we start having robot people. Then what?
Yeah,
that
but that's what Elon's saying, isn't he? He's
because he's selling them, Mark.
This is true.
Don't give me any robot cleaning. That's just not going to happen.
I'd have an Optimus cutting my grass every Saturday if I could. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Making me a cup of tea.
Yeah, they're not going to get in the corners. No. It's like having your car cleaned in a car wash. Everyone's done that. It doesn't do it very well, does it?
No.
It doesn't get into the corners. Doesn't do your alloy wheels very good. Leave smears on your glass, things like that. And it's not going to do it properly. I think there's a place for robotic cleaners in certain aspects where you've got vast floor areas, things like that. But again, you still need people to monitor that and work those machines, but also to go around the edges and do the bits that really matter, the bits that people really look at in the corners and behind doors, etc. And these are the bits that those robotic cleaners are not going to get to and never will do, I don't think.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people just feel like with robotics, like, oh, I can put my hands up, like they can do everything. I was like, I don't need to do anything anymore. But I realized that because they are set and programmed to do a specific things, you can't tell them, oh yeah, by the way, you see that corner right there, like you need to clean that. It's not able to do it. It's like, it's the whole point of it is to aid what you do. Yeah. It's to, like, the rigorous stuff, like the floor cleaning. That one I definitely agree is like, if it's like the large office buildings and the floors, but then you just get someone who's like, okay, I'll just do the edges and everything, because we have
that works for that type of thing.
We have a
robot cleaner.
We have a robot cleaner in our house, and it's actually
I'm absolutely shocked that the Maka Twins are not cleaning their own house. They're out cleaning all of London, but they ain't cleaning their own house. They've got automation in there.
No.
Oh my days!
Yeah. So we have it in our house, and it just goes around. It's really cool. It's aided us to like not do as much floor cleaning, but I realized the corners and everything, like no matter how it's built, it just won't. It's not gonna do it.
So we've got big floor plates where they work and they go through the night and they do the walkways and things like that. And it's great for that type of thing. Yeah. But like I say, it's never going to be able to take the end off a Hoover and pick up that bit in the corner or get into that bit in there, which is what you need to do. And that's why we need properly trained cleaners to be able to do that. So it can support the function, but it's never going to take it over.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I have a bit of a different attitude. Do you know what I mean? Well, I believe technology is scalable. Do you know what I mean? So I think AI is scalable. So I think when you get to AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, in essence, robots should be as clever as us. And then if you can put that intelligence into an autonomous robotic body, with 4 fingers, a thumb, 2 feet, 2 arms, and it can think, then could it not do that?
Could. I think it could, but I think
I'm just playing devil's advocate, boys. That's all. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Reuben's like, shut up.
But it goes back to what the boys were saying earlier, and so is that robot going to give the occupier a smile and
No.
do you know what I mean? And
No,
have a
yeah.
human interaction.
No.
All right, they might be able to do say 70% of the job as well as a human can do. What's the price point for a start? You know,
Yeah.
what's an Optimus being sold for to start off with? You know,
Quoting almost $25,000.
$25,000.
Yeah, but over 5 years and depreciation, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Actually.
You can't tell me business isn't.
Give me Elon's number. I'll give him a call.
You can't tell me business is not going to go. Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah.
You know.
I think maybe in the future it might take over 70-80% of the work, but I think that 30% it will always still need like someone to go. I think even if it was a robot, I don't think they can never think like a human.
No,
anyway.
no, of
so
course
yeah,
not.
and then if they malfunction, well, that office or that place, it's not getting cleaned. So then you have to result them back to the person.
I mean, look, I ask these questions, but the reality is, I actually agree with all of you. I don't think you could ever take away the personal element of roles like cleaning, security, and things like that, because fundamentally, what is a robot? It's a photocopier.
The thing is, it's not new technology, is it? They've been using automated robots in the car industry for a long, so it's not sort of a new concept.
No.
But I mean, I've got a bit of a bugbear with the sort of whole drone cleaning thing.
Yeah.
At the minute.
Like the ones that do the windows.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I think visually it looks cool. The question I ask myself, how well is it actually doing? That's the question I ask. Is that the same for you?
I think there's a place for it in awkward access or where it's not safe to access a particular area and you can't get to it, so then you can use it in those areas. But they're not environmentally friendly. They use loads of water. I think that their cap could be potentially pretty unsafe. It's only going to take one of those to drop out of the sky and hurt somebody, and then it's all over anyway, right?
Yeah.
So apparently they can only go up into the air for about 7 to 10 minutes.
Well, you need two of them, don't you? And then you need a diesel generator to charge the one that isn't flying. And,
so it's not environmentally friendly at all.
It is.
It comes down every 10 minutes, right? 7 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
And then you have to replace the battery, send it back up again.
Yeah.
You've got to get somebody on the ground operating it for a start. I mean...
So you've still got the labour cost, and you think, do you need
a spotter as well?
You need a spotter.
You still need a spotter.
You need somebody
on the ground.
And
you still need to have someone who just like does the final checks, because you can't just be like, oh, we've cleaned the windows. It's like, okay, that's it. You have to check, has it cleaned every corner of the windows?
Exactly.
It
goes back to the car cleaning analogy.
It
can do some of it pretty well. And also you've got sort of old windows as well. I'm sure it's going to, because of high pressure, it's going to cause lots of leaks.
especially in things like listed buildings and things like that, where you've still got the wooden panes and like that kind of
grill
high
windows and stuff like
gonna,
that. So I think it's going to cause problems, maintenance problems. But like I said, there's going to be a use for it, but only where you can't get a body safely to that area to do it. Whether that's by abseiling or by cradle.
I imagine it leaves a lot of spotting and things like that as well, because fundamentally you're not wiping it away, are you?
It's deionized water, isn't it? So it's going back to the old sort of reach and wash sort of ionized water, but the high pressure, that's the thing that sort of bothers me. I think it's going to cause damage to a lot of buildings. So. I think there's a...
So we're not doing that then, Rubes.
Well, no, we are. The thing we've got to do it, and we do do it, as you well know. But we do it in select areas to make sure that it's the last resort, if you like. So we do it, and it works okay in those areas. But so if you can't get to an area, it's awkward access or it's health and safety problem, whatever. Okay, a 90% job is probably okay.
Yeah.
But if it's somewhere where you can get and you can actually do a 100% job, then do the 100% job.
I think it's a little bit like robotics, and what I mean by that is it's solution dependent. So if you go to an element, you may well have buildings whereby there's an element that needs to be reach and wash, an element that needs to be rope access, but then there's another element where you could utilise a drone to do it. In the same way, you would have 3 cleaners on a floor, 1 robot doing the vacuuming. Do you know what I mean? It's more of a bolt-on to an overall service than sort of, but it is dependent on survey, the type of gear. You know, there's lots of factors that come into it. Because I'll tell you something: if you sell a client the dream about drones, and then they do ruin a window that's listed and costs 25 grand to replace, they ain't going to be happy. You know, but you do have to take that into account because it's your reputation, isn't it? You know, like,
and is it cost effective though as well? Because insurance costs probably pretty high. It's labour intensive. A lot of water. The drones themselves, I mean, how much is it to buy one of these drones?
Well, they ain't cheap.
No, not cheap, are they? So, you know,
tens of thousands of pounds, I
exactly.
believe. And you've obviously got you've always got to think about your ROI in business as well, don't you? So is it there, and is it worthwhile? Don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll get better.
I mean, it's like all technology will get cheaper eventually, won't it? But like I said,
they're big old units, though, aren't they?
And that's what I was about to say, because when they're flying, realistically, let's say anything was to happen, it drops. You don't know where it drops. So, like, the scope of the area that you actually have to do it is larger than if you was just to do a pole and reach.
That's right,
Do you understand? So, if it's gone up, that doesn't mean it falls straight down. It'll fall. Oh, no. It could,
anywhere. It could go anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're completely correct. It could go that way, you know. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be wandering through London if one of them comes down. It's basically like a mini dropping on your head, isn't it? You know. To be fair.
Big units.
Yeah, big units. All right. Well, listen, guys. I think that brings us to the end of the show. How have you found it?
Good. I liked talking about cleaning.
Yeah,
I actually did.
Yeah,
I think
you guys are good, isn't it? Yeah, you guys, you could tell you're enthusiastic about it as well. To be fair, which I think comes across.
At first, would we have ever thought that we would be this enthusiastic about cleaning? Probably not. No. But then as time goes on, we just love it. Yeah.
That's the success you've had. You know, it's infectious. So I think that I've learned a lot from you guys today, actually, and it's infectious. Your energy is fantastic.
No, do you know what? So that, and I'll be following you guys now for a very long time to see how you get on in the industry, and we'd love to have you back on the show in a year or two to see where you're at, see what new things have come your way, and how the business has developed, see what you've cleaned. You know, do you know what? I think the next goal should be a submarine in dry dock, lads. Now there's a job.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. Like we had one of our dream bucket list. Is James laughs at this. I feel like we can do it one day.
Yeah.
So it's to jump out of a plane.
Right.
Yeah. Land on the Houses of Parliament and clean the Big Ben. That's one of my craziest ideas.
Or the actual clock.
Yeah, the actual clock. Yeah, even if it's for 10 minutes.
Bit of kit that is.
And that's it.
Do you remember
they won't let you use a drone.
No, they had to maintain that going back a few years. Didn't
it was all scaffolded up.
Yeah, they closed it all off for a couple of years.
Didn't they have to change the clock face or something?
Yeah,
they had to completely reinvigorate it or something.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I ever see that, you guys flying down with like a Union Jack parachute, popping down to
James Bond,
James Bondish, then that'll be fantastic to see. But yeah, listen, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. As ever, please like and share the podcast whenever you see it. Really appreciate it. But that brings us to the end of episode 8. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, guys. I think you'll all agree that the Maka Twins were brilliant. So enthusiastic about cleaning and hygiene and what's taking place across the capital from that perspective. Huge thanks to Reuben Heppelthwaite, who's joined us today to sit with the lads and listen to some of their stories and give some great stories of his own. And a little bit about Connie and how she started the business. So it's really nice to be able to get him on the show to talk about that. But as ever, please like, share and follow our content on all of our mediums. And as ever, if you can't be good, be bad. Bye-bye.